This is One Sentence News, a daily podcast featuring 3 news stories with a sentence-long summary and 1 sentence of context apiece. I'm Colin Wright. This is a sponsored message. I've been using Anchor as my podcast host for a while now, and it's been a pleasure to use. Anchor offers benefits that most other hosts do not. It's free to use, but it also has a collection of tools that allow you to create a podcast completely within the Anchor website or smartphone app. They distribute your show to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other distribution channels without any additional effort on your part, and you can make money from your podcast without any minimum audience size. So you can use it as a more traditional podcast host like I do, but it's also got everything you need to start a podcast from scratch. If you're keen to give it a shot, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's Tuesday, July 26th, 2022. Let's talk about the news. From the New York Times, California's largest wildfire slows after exploding near Yosemite. California's largest wildfire of 2022 so far, the Oak Fire, has burned nearly 17,000 acres and threatens thousands of homes and businesses, but has moderated a bit since Sunday, allowing firefighters to make some progress in containing it after days of uncontrolled expansion. This blaze has reportedly been amplified by 2 years of drought conditions in the area, and last year's Dixie Fire, also in California, encompassed more than 60 times the area of this new one, so it's not as bad as others in recent memory. That said, firefighters are warning that this fire could still expand further, and that July is still early in the state's fire season, so others could still be sparked during this period of strained resources and bone-dry weather. From BBC News, Myanmar military executes 4 democracy activists, including ex-MP. The military government running Myanmar has executed 4 democracy activists, one of whom was a lawmaker before the military launched a successful coup in February of 2021, after a closed-door trial that has been condemned by human rights groups. The government says that the 4 were charged under the country's counter-terrorism laws, but didn't provide many details beyond that. These were the first executions conducted in Myanmar since 1988, according to the United Nations, and the Assistance Association for Political Prisoners says that the Myanmar military government has arrested nearly 15,000 people since their coup and killed more than 2,100. And from Reuters, Ukraine works to resume grain exports, flags Russian strikes as risk. The Ukrainian government has said it will continue to move forward with plans to export grain from its Black Sea ports in accordance with an agreement made with Russia a few days ago, despite a Russian missile attack on the port city of Odessa. Russian officials have said their attack hit a military target, a warship, and Ukrainian officials have said it didn't hit anything important or cause significant damage. But this kind of attack near one of the ports through which grain shipments will soon depart has put some international observers and intended grain recipients on edge. Most of the grain is headed for countries that are currently experiencing food shortages that are exacerbating local inflation rates and amplified by other issues, like drought and regional conflict. Ukraine and Russia produce a whole lot of the world's total grain exports and a disproportionate amount of the grain made available to poorer nations through international food programs. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com, and you can support this and other related projects like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.